And I will say this, it's important to understand the context in which you do things. And the context for my words were built around an article that I posted where the ex-CDC director believed that the coronavirus originated in a Wuhan lab. That was the title of the article. And I reposted the article and asked the question, so it appears it was the Wuhan virus after all, question mark. Asking the same questions that many people are, including 60 Minutes on Sunday night, including the governments of the United States, United Kingdom, all around the globe. Wuhan is inseparable from the story because Wuhan is where the first case was documented. It's where the lab exists that's doing research to make viruses more aggressive. It's not an ethnicity. Wuhan is not an ethnicity. It is a city. My words were directed at what I believe is a probable cover-up by the Chinese government for a virus that has killed 2.7 million people around the globe. It has disrupted the lives of nearly every person on the planet. That's why we're here today. What happened there is why we're here today and why people are doing this all over the world right now. And I believe that there needs to be an independent investigation into it. I don't believe the narrative that's out there about it right now, and I'm trying to draw attention to that. Now, having said that, I acknowledge people who disagree with me on this. I've used this as an opportunity not just to draw attention to what my concern is, but to draw attention to what their concerns are. Because there's no justification ever for hate or acts of violence against anybody, any ethnicity, any religion, for any reason. Asian Americans, by the way, I have many Asian American friends in my own community, including those of my children, who I've talked with about this. And Asian Americans in this country have been contributors to the greatness of this nation. In the past, in our military, in every walk of life. And they've contributed to making this a wonderful country. And I'm specifically empathetic to the issues surrounding Chinese Americans because of what the Chinese government has done that has affected Ohioans and Americans. And let me just go through this because I wrote a couple notes down. It's just about affecting Ohio. The Chinese government has been responsible in part by not stemming the flow of fentanyl. China has been involved in stealing intellectual property from the Cleveland Clinic, Nationwide Children's, Ohio State University, and Ohio businesses that do business in China. And some of the theft from our pandemic unemployment system and cybersecurity threats are connected to China. There have been 4 communicable diseases that have come from China in the past 20 years, including the latest one, the coronavirus that we're dealing with now. But this in no way is the fault of Chinese Americans. It is the responsibility of the Chinese government. And so I will use this opportunity to say all that. I did not get a chance to see the letter. It did not come to me, did not come to our office. We've been able to track it down. I will look at that letter. I will respond to that letter. I value people who disagree with me. I like to try to build bridges with people who do. But at the same time, I don't want to confuse the situation about what my words were about. My words were about the Chinese government, the responsibility that they have. They were not directed towards anyone, any ethnicity. And hopefully these conversations get a chance to clear all those things up.